going on, everybody? How you doing? So for the past few months, I've been avoiding really any kind of hamstring exercises, and I mean, there's a couple reasons I've been doing it. But before I go into that, let me just explain and show you the anatomy of the knee and what I think is going on with me. So this first picture is a picture of the anatomy of the knee from the outside. So if you're looking from the knee from the right side, right, you have your IT band, your iliotibial band, and then you have your vastus lateralis in the front. That's the outside quadricep muscle. All right, so you have your four quadricep muscles. They come down through, and the tendon connects to your patella, and then goes and connects to the bottom of your, or the top rather, of your tibia. All right, so your quad muscles come from your upper thigh, go right down and connect into the top of your shin. All right, and then it's the same thing on the back. Your hamstrings come from your upper thigh, some from your pelvis, and then they come down and attach to the back of the tibia, right on the back side of your knee. So with me, what I think is happening, or has happened for a while, is that my hamstrings became stronger than my quadriceps somehow, which is actually the opposite of what I've read happens normally. For the majority of most people, their quads are usually stronger than their hamstrings, and that usually results in some knee pain, as well as more likelihood for some of the ACL, the MCL injuries and stuff like that. But for me, I think it's the opposite way around. So I think my hamstrings are stronger, and that is probably due to, before I really knew much of anything, I would kind of substitute deadlifts for squats. So if I went into the workout and I was like, I don't feel like doing squats today, I'm going to go do deadlifts. And I would do that pretty often. My deadlifts ended up getting pretty strong. I ended up getting up to like 405 for 9 on my deadlift. My squats were only at like 400 for 1. So I never really realized that you can't exactly substitute a deadlift for a squat. You can't do it. They're both going to work your legs, but deadlifts are going to really strengthen the back of your leg, your hamstrings, and squats are really more for your quads and the front of your legs. I never even knew that before. So I used to substitute deadlifts in all the time, and I think eventually it just started, creating an inequality between the two muscles, so my hamstrings ended up getting really tough. So what would happen, or I think what happens, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I've been doing some research and, kind of just with my own experiences, kind of seeing what I think is going on. So what I think is happening is when I go to bend my knee, I would get a lot of pain right in the front, right below your kneecap, your patella right there. And I think that was coming from my hamstring being stronger. So when you bend your knee, you have your tibia and your femur, right? So you bend your knee, your quads and your hamstrings are both attached to the opposite sides of the tibia, which is going to keep it, stationary and just rotate perfectly as it should, so that the femur kind of just rolls in that tibia socket there. So what I think is happening is my hamstrings were too strong, so they were pulling that tibia farther back, so that my femur would kind of shoot a little bit further forward, and I think that was putting a little bit more stress on my the patellar tendon, the tendon that connects to the quadriceps. So it did cause me quite a bit of pain for a while, and then I just kind of stopped doing hamstring exercises, and it hasn't bothered me anywhere near as much. So I think that's the cause of the issue. So that's really why I've been avoiding any hamstring exercises recently. And eventually I'm going to get back into them. I've just been trying to strengthen my quads so I don't have that knee pain. And it's really only on my right side. For quite a while now, my knee has been clicking anytime I squat or really bend my knee. So I don't know if that has to do with the same thing or if it's a separate matter, just the cartilage. Yeah, so I've been really just avoiding them. And I'm not saying, everybody should avoid hamstring or avoid quadricep exercises. I guess really what I'm saying is if you're going to get into working out, or if you have been working out already, you should really make sure that any exercises you do are complemented by the opposite side, right? So if you're doing a ton of biceps, make sure you're getting a lot of triceps. If you're doing a bunch of benching, make sure you get some back exercises in there too, because those inequalities in the muscular strength can really mess you up. So like I said, I've been avoiding hamstring exercise completely, only doing squats, front squats only down to like a box, so I don't go very deep, because the deeper you go in your squat, the more hamstring activation is going to come in. So I've been doing more just like parallel squats, and really trying to strengthen my quads before I even start going back to hamstrings. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if I haven't been putting any deadlift videos in up at all. I've done squats, and you've seen that, squats and different leg extensions, leg press, but I just wanted to let you guys know why I haven't been doing any hamstring stuff, and it's because of that reason right there. It's just, there was a time when it was painful for me to stay down. Like if I say I go to kneel down, it would be painful for me to kneel, just because that knee was bent so much, and it was just putting so much pressure on that, what I think is that tendon. So I just wanted to get a video out there, kind of talk about why, if you haven't seen me doing those exercises, that's why. I will eventually go back to them, but for a little while I'm going to stay off of them. Alright, so I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day.